Hello, Hatless Gaming here, bringing you another level 4 mission Blitz guide. Today we have Dread Pirate Scarlet, which is my favorite because it is the most IS per hour in high sec possible, at least in my belief. Last time I calculated it, it's a 6.5 long minute mission, and it pays like 30 million ISK. I refer to her as the original burner. The reward for doing this mission is 9,000 LP, 1.6 million ISK, and 2.3 million ISK if you can complete it in 6 hours. So that's about 13 million ISK, 14 million ISK in the payout, and then we kill her twice, we get another 10 million ISK. We get the implant, which is worth another 7, so we're looking at about 30 million ISK. This mission is super easy to do in a Machariel. You can also use a tornado, or a maelstrom, or a tempest, maybe. I'm not entirely sure if the tempest works. But we've got the mission accepted. We're gonna head on to it. I just got to set destination. For the fitting, what we got is we have artillery. We have 7 1400mm Howitzer Artilleries. These can be metaphor. It doesn't really matter if they're Tech 2 or metaphor. We have 1 small tractor beam. This is critical in reducing the amount of time we do. Instead of an active tank, we do have a passive tank. We could replace this with a booster, and it'd probably be a whole hell of a lot safer. We have a Microwarpdrive. The quad lift uses less cap, or I don't remember what it does, but we went with quad lift for one reason or another. You can pretty much use whatever you want here, as long as it's a Microwarpdrive. We got 2 adaptive invuls, a tracking computer, 3 Gyrostabilizers, 3 tracking enhancers, and a Reactor control unit in order to fit all 7 of the howitzers, and 3 Hyperspatials to increase our warp. Pirate Scarlet herself has a weakness to EM damage, so we're packing Republic Fleet EMP, 2 tracking speed scripts, and an optimal range script, depending on what you might want. The Hobgoblins are just there in case we get tackled by frigates, which is a never. And then the social adaptation chip is because that's what we loot. We loot these in this mission. I've done this mission 3 times since I've emptied out the ship. The strategy is simple. One other thing that we have in our cargo that is crucial is the gate key. If you've never done Dread Pirate Scarlet before, you get a gate key when you kill the mob in the first room. The mob in the first room drops the gate key, and then you're able to go through it. It doesn't consume the gate key to go through the acceleration gate, so you can continue to use the same gate key to do this mission over and over again. You don't need to buy another gate key. So we're landing on grid here in just a moment. Gonna get this little message. There's an acceleration gate right here. Our goal is to get through that gate. These guys are gonna call and squeal for help. That's what that message was, these merchants. Either we're gonna have some Serpentist spawn here, or some Angel spawn here. If this is your first time doing the mission, you're gonna want to kill them and get your gate key. The big deal here is that we have at least about 8,000 damage on our alpha. We've got 12,000 damage on our alpha strike. Going above 8,000 damage allows you to have a not perfect shot and still one-shot her. So we want to get this number as high as we can to increase our chances of being able to one-shot Dread Pirate Scarlet. Around 8k is enough to do it reliably. Anything more is golden. And of course, you want your tracking enhancers to increase your tracking and get the best out of it. But this alpha is what this is all about. I believe the tornado and the maelstrom can do it. I forgot to get my Microwarpdrive. We're going a little slow. But we're going to go through here. So this is the first room. This is the gate room. We'll call this the gate room. We got the squad leaders. They're kind of missing us. Some of them are hitting us. We're kind of taking a little damage. We're going to go through the gate here. And then sometimes we get Gyristas in the next room. Where you either get Gyristas or we get Blood Raiders. Today we got Blood Raiders. When you get Blood Raiders, they'll start trying to jam you. So you really need to make sure that you get Scarlet first. Now here's the thing, if you target paint Scarlet, if you web Scarlet, if you fire a missile at Scarlet, she's going to be gone before you can blink an eye. But the fact that we can use a gun and just one-shot her like that is why we're using artillery. If you target paint her, if you do any kind of EOR to her, she will warp off. She will disappear. If you scram her, she will disappear in this room. It's a thing. And we're just going to go through the next gate. She literally disappears at the act of any aggression. She just goes poof. She doesn't warp out, she just goes poof. The game says she warps out, but she physically goes poof. As you saw, we got the 5 million as bounty from killing her the first time. That's the big trick of making this mission valuable, is that we brought the Mac to kill her that time. Otherwise, we could use an interceptor and beat it 30 seconds faster, which is another way of doing it. Now, once we get in this room, either we got Pith or we get Serpentis here. So it's kind of random. It's Scarlet. We're gonna wait a moment. We're gonna lock this guy up, which is Scarlet. That's our bad guy. We're gonna lock her and we're gonna fire. Now, if you kill her in this room, she's gonna drop a cargo container, and this cargo container is why we have the tractor beam. We're gonna use the tractor beam to get this cargo container as quickly as possible, and then go home, because the mission is now complete. I don't know why my ship's doing this. I have no idea. We're just telling it to open this cargo container. And then once that cargo container gets within 24 kilometers, we will start tractoring it, wait for the next cycle on our Microwarpdrive and turn that off. If you fail to kill Scarlet in this room, that's okay. You can just go through this gate here, and she will be in the next room. I did not lock up the cargo container, which is why it's not being tractored in. But we got close enough anyways. The social detriment shit is worth between 7 and 9 million ISK. We're going to grab that, and then we're going to go home, which for me, Burkek is towards home. So I'm going to go to Burkek. And then we just need to warp out before our shields fail. And that's why we have the passive tank with the Republic Fleet Shield Extender. We generally don't have to stress our tank too much, and it's just easier to work through. Very little attention is required, but if you fail to kill her in that room, and she warps off, you just go through the gate and kill her in the next room. You're not going to get your chip, but you will get the 5 million ISK bounty. You're still coming home with like 23 million ISK. It's not a whole lot to complain about. But that's pretty much it for the mission. That's really all the information on Dread Pirate Scarlet that I have.